Welcome to Session 6 of the Sheltered Instruction Training. In this session, we'll discuss strategies and resources for developing vocabulary. First, let's watch a video on vocabulary.
Then we're going to do some predicting by using our inference wall and the word wall. Rep is short for what? Okay, learning goals for today. I can identify information from the story and the language goal. I can support my answers with details and evidence from the story. Right now we're reading the story, The Outsiders, and my learning target was to make sure that the kids can dig into the text and be able to pull information out of the text and somehow make that text relevant to what is going on in their lives today. Okay, I'm going to go over today's goals. We're going to go through some vocab knowledge, some prediction, Chapter 9 questions, and read aloud. All right, and then we're going to do some predicting by using our inference wall and the word wall. These are still words that are relevant to Chapter 9. So echo them after I say them, please. Rumble.
Rumble.
Sophisticated.
Sophisticated.
Show me sophisticated. Can you show me sophisticated? Okay, well, sitting a little taller, I like that. Rep.
Rep.
Cooler.
Cooler.
Acrobatics.
Acrobatics.
Digested.
Digested.
In a jam.
In a jam.
Mimicking.
Mimicking.
Oh, you guys are good. JD.
JD.
And menace.
Menace.
With a word wall, I think it's important that students need to know certain words from the story. The story's not going to mean anything to them if it's above their understanding. A lot of slang in the story, The Outsiders. So the students need to know this before we can dig into the story, or they're not going to have an idea of what the story is going to be about. They need to know what these words mean. So that's why I have the word wall, and I make sure that if I see words in there that I think the students are going to struggle over, it goes on the vocabulary wall. What does it mean to rumble? Let's get ready to
Rumble.
There you go. Nolan, what does it mean?
It's a fight.
It's a fight. A rumble, in this case, is a fight between gangs, and I have the Crips and the Bloods up here. Okay, do we have gangs in Mount Vernon?
Yes.
Yeah? Have you ever heard of fights going on between the gangs? Digested means things that make us go, Okay, good job. You're thinking about it. You're reflecting. You're going, why is that happening? Okay, good job. In a jam, if you're in a jam, you are stuck or in trouble. In a jam, you are in trouble. It doesn't mean you literally go into a jam jar. Mimicking. Mimicking. What do you think it could mean? Walid?
To copy someone.
To copy someone? To copy someone. What I'd like you to do right now, boys and girls, is I would like you to use the words from Chapter 9 up here, and I would like you to make a prediction using the inference wall of what you think Chapter 9 is going to be about. Remember, there's the words rumble, sophisticated, spruced up. Okay? Spruced up means getting fixed up. What do you think they're going to be doing in Chapter 9? And you can use any evidence from this word wall and the words from the pocket chart. Are there any questions? Turn to your partners and make a prediction. Think your share of what you think Chapter 9 is about.
We say rumble because there's the handcuffs up there, and we think they're gonna get fixed up because of the haircut, you know?
And prison. And cooler, like prison, they have the
And sophisticated because of the crown over there.
How the inference wall came about is that I was working with the science teachers. Of course, I think it's very important to connect all the curriculum areas. So we were talking, and the science teachers were saying, well, we're going to be going over inferences. The students need to know inferences. So I brought it into the language arts classroom. I thought this was a perfect way to bring in even more realia, set it up on a wall and say, okay, make a guess, an educated guess based on the evidence on the wall, what the story is going to be about. Not only does it engage them, but it helps me to check their prior knowledge, their predicting skills, what they understand, and if they are getting what I want them to get out of the wall. Okay, let's make a prediction from, again, the pocket chart and the inference wall, and tell me what you use to make your prediction. What do you think is going to happen in Chapter 9? What do you think is going to happen, Gladys?
Somebody's gonna get in jail.
Somebody's going to get thrown in jail? What gave you that idea?
Like for the handcuffs and the word cooler and all that.
Okay, so we have the handcuffs and the word cooler. Good job. Jayla.
I think someone's gonna get fixed up because of the hair cream up there in the comb.
Okay, well, what tells you they're going to get fixed up on the word wall?
Well, because it says that they get fixed up handsomely, and then there's the comb and the gel over there.
I saw some hands going up. Kendra?
There's going to be a fight because of the word rumble, like between the Socs and the Greasers.
I have to tell you, I think I can empathize with my students, what it was like to be a 7th grader and sit in a classroom and not comprehend what I was reading. The reading was above me. And I think that if teachers would have brought in, made stories more relevant, made their teaching more relevant to what was going on in my world at that time, I would have been a better student.
Let's talk a little bit about the importance of vocabulary. There's a strong relationship between vocabulary knowledge and reading comprehension. Vocabulary knowledge is so strongly related to intelligence that Louis Terman, creator of the modern IQ test, stated that if he could use only one factor to determine a person's intelligence, it would be vocabulary. When building vocabulary, first determine the critical terms to be explicitly taught. Keep the list short. Pick essential lesson concept words and academic vocabulary. Teach students meaningful word parts such as prefixes, suffixes, and roots. Students must participate actively and accountably in explicit vocabulary instruction to process words more deeply. Reinforce use of vocabulary multiple times. Here are some tips for effective vocabulary instruction. Use descriptions as opposed to definitions. Use both linguistic and non-linguistic representations. Gradually shape the meaning of a word over multiple exposures. Teach and use word parts, and make sure that the students are interacting with the words that they're learning. You'll probably see that we talk about vocabulary at different times during these sessions. Vocabulary is a crucial part of teaching to English language learners. This is the end of Session 6.